hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, the developing DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And we can't forget to mention his rebounding now. When you watch him, just keep an eye on the way he battles in the paint when the shot goes up.
For the Portland Trail Blazers, they come in off the loss to Phoenix, and they took that loss to just 1 point. Those close ones hurt the most.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road, maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
Portland with the ball, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Dimes. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And what do you guys think about his comments after their last game?
The last thing people want to hear about after a bad performance is whining and complaining and then playing the blame game. And you have to give him credit for owning up to mistakes out there and being accountable. Not a lot of people in the NBA are comfortable doing that.
I agree with you, Clark. I mean, this is a great sign of maturity that this guy is basically looking himself in the mirror and saying, okay, this is my fault. I've got to get better. Where do I begin? Instead of pointing fingers and blaming other people.
He's perfect from the line this time. Williams with the ball. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Yes, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat. He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson. He added, you have to respect the energy he brings to the game. That'll be the challenge for our bigs, is matching that energy and physicality. Guys, Robinson, a guy with a growing skill set, but it's still that athleticism and hustle that's really his calling card. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Vasquez after the miss from Dimes. Here's Mbamute. Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Shot clock at 6. With the lead pass, gets it to go. Cousins has got his first points of the night.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Dimes the pass to Robinson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
He's off on the second. Here's Sacramento now. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And I thought the key was their ability to stretch the defense. They got hot from behind that three-point line, and that really gave them the margin they needed.
Yeah, that's right. It opened up things for them in a huge way. The defense was never able to get comfortable.
Here's Patterson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. For Sacramento, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Aldridge, the pass to Dimes, defended by McLemore. Dishes it to Robinson. No good. Excellent D there from Patterson.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Passes it to Vasquez. Back to Patterson. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Vasquez kicks to Patterson. The Kings need to get off a shot here. No good from Cousins.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Dimes the pass to Aldridge. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Now here's Vasquez. Last game we saw him score 13. McLemore. He dishes it to Vasquez. He passes it to McLemore. Lets it go with a three. Can't hit, and it's Portland the other way. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
Well, there was a lot separating these two teams in the standings a year ago, but they played each other to a draw. They split the season series. Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Williams passes to Dimes. There's a screen by Robinson. Down low, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Boy, a pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
McLemore, no good. Just goes to show you the varying styles of play and various strengths and weaknesses, Clark, of the teams. You can match up well with a particular team and not your conference overall.
I've always said that. Matchups are always what I look at as an analyst. There's something about these two teams, though, meeting. It always seems to end up being more exciting than it would be otherwise.
It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep here in the seventh. On the floor for Portland. Dimes in at shooting guard. Victor Claver is out there with Myers-Leonard. Then there's McCollum. Here's McCallum. Pass to Patterson. 6 on the shot clock. 11 feet away. Here's Gaines. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Portland called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. The Kings making a switch here. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, guys. Dimes in their last game against the Suns played really well. He ended with 23 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Just a dominant performance from him, and he reminds you why he's so highly regarded in this league, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game, or has it, like Steve began taking it to a physical?
I think it just depends on the individual, Kevin. Probably depends on how he's feeling physically overall, but usually a guy who has a big night like that, it's going to carry over just the confidence and it'll carry to the next game.
Yeah, I would not disagree with you on there, Steve. There's something about confidence in this game that really fuels you and energizes you. When you performed well, then you feel like you can do it again and again and again.
Well, there. And there's the pass to Dimes. Leads him in there. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Got a chance here to check out how the Kings ranked in the NBA last season, Kevin. 8th in free throw percentage, 11th in steals. And they were in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. I think that speaks to the fact that this team aggressively goes after the basketball at every position.
And this is a good shooting team, Clark. It really shows in their free throw percentage. You mentioned they were in the top 10 in terms of free throw percentage as a team last year. I think it's important for this club to really attack offensively. When they do get to the line, they tend to knock down their free throws, and those easy points go a long way.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Defended by McLemore. Here's Dimes, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over this.
You know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Vasquez kicks to Mbamute. The dish to Patterson. Defended by Batum. Fades back. Shot is blocked.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
Man, that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle. Seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in the first quarter, so starting to turn here in the second.
And looking up in a big way, partner, they've more than made up for their poor shooting earlier.
It's stolen. Robinson goes in, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Well, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And they get it. Shot's good by McLemore. McLemore's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
There's a screen by Robinson. With one on the clock, Hawks loose off the pick and hammers it home.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's halftime on 2K Sports. Keep it right here.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Gaines.
How about his first half? Just easily surpassing his average point total.
On pace for a monster game. Too bad he can't score like this every night.
Patterson and Cousins together in the middle. The guards, Vasquez and McLemore. And it's Mbah-a-Moute in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Dimes. Aldridge. And the layup's good off the glass. Aldridge has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Trailblazers. The Kings trailed by 7. Screen by Cousins. And Aldridge comes over to help. Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Portland now. Trailblazers leading by 7. Pass to Dimes. Feeds it to Aldridge. Here's Dimes, defended by McLemore. Dimes goes up high for the two-handed dunk. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Vasquez dishes to Patterson. And there's the feed to Mbah-a-Moute. Here's Cousins. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Cousins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Here's Dimes, defended by McLemore. Here's Dimes. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 8 points for Dimes.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Vasquez kicks to Mbah-a-Moute. He feeds it to Cousins. Aldridge is there. With the fadeaway. Again, Sacramento.
Let's see some of the numbers here on DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific year last season for him. First in rebounding. He was 9th in scoring. And, of course, he ended up in the top 15 in steals as a result of some of the quickest hands in the league.
And, Steve, let's go back to his #1 ranking in rebounding. I mean, the top rebounder, that tells you just how good he was at not only rebounding, but he had to get in position, reading and reacting to miss shots. They are really getting the work done inside with their rebounding.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Sacramento shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Joel Freeland, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Dimes, defended by McLemore. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. Get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. Dishes to Cousins. Can't hit. Great D that time from Freeland. Here's Dimes. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
McLemore, the pass to Patterson. And Baamute. 5 to shoot. Cousins dishes to Patterson. And count it from 19 feet away. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Williams passes to Dimes. Defended by McLemore. He kicks it to Robinson. Misses from short range. The Kings trail by 7. McLemore with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Vasquez dishes to Cousins. Fade away. Cousins missing again.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is time to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected and playing 5 as 1. And usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Softly drops in the 40. Cousins has got 6 here in this quarter.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Here's Dimes. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dimes got 10 points in just the second half.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
And Cousins kicks to Thornton, and that one's good. Thornton's got 6.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Dimes. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
And Aldridge comes over to help. Kicks to Baamute. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Aldridge.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
There's 25 seconds left in the third. Clock at 6. Dimes, the pass to Robinson. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Robinson's got 8.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Pass to Dimes. A 3. Here's Batum. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Coming up Monday.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Portland.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And one other thing I would add is the mid-range game has been really impressive. I mean, they're showing great touch on some of those 15, 17-footers.
On the floor for Portland, Robinson and Aldridge down low. Jaron Williams out there with Dimes. And it's Batum in at the small forward position. Vasquez dishes to Baamute. Pass to Cousins. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Dimes, the pass to Batum. Feeds it to Robinson. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Dimes, defended by Vasquez. 6 on the shot clock. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, hey, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
He dishes it to Amute. Backing down his Cousins. Into Patterson. Gets it to go.
Well, they found the touch here in the second half from the field. And everything else we talk about, folks, rebounding, defense, all of that, this game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line. And they found a way to do it here in the second half.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. He urged his players to keep fighting, saying, we're right there, but the margin of error has shrunk. We've got to play aggressive and smart. Guys?
Vasquez kicks to Amute. McLemore. Blocked.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
And as rebounders go, guys, he is amazingly active on the boards, relentless. And it serves two purposes. One, I mean, it gets him a lot of rebounds, of course, but two, it takes a lot of toll on the opposition. Who wear you down?
And every team needs a player like him, a guy who contributes each and every night by doing just the little things and doing them well, like getting on the floor for loose balls.
Gets the bucket. Here's Dimes. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. The pass to Robinson. Patterson's there. Puts it up from 7, and the shot is long.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Now here's Vasquez. He passes to Amute. The dish to McLemore. The feed to Cousins. 6 to shoot. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
How about the field goal percentage shooting this half, guys? It's gone through the roof.
Portland leading by 13. Here's Dimes. Outside Williams. Pass to Dimes. Fires the 3, and that one's good. Dimes got 23.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Timeout called by the Kings. Dimes with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. There's a screen by Robinson. Dimes the pass to Robinson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
What a floor leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know, he's done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it, dispersing it, and running the show.
Vasquez dishes to McLemore. No good on the free throw. And he ends up missing both free throws. Trailblazers leading by 18. The kick out to Williams. 1:58 left in the game. Aldridge, Patterson defending. Fades away. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And here's Vasquez. Patterson a screen on Williams. Cousins inside. Aldridge is covering. Cousins inside. Aldridge is there. And Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got 10 points in just the second half. Aldridge is screened. Dimes the pass to Aldridge. An easy layup after coming off the pin.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached Garbage time.
To the middle. That's good from McLemore on the assist by Vasquez. And it's 8 points for Ben McLemore. Passes to Dimes. There's a screen by Robinson. Inside. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
The screen from Thompson. Here's McCallum, defended by Beverly. Fredette gets the bucket.
Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Here's McCallum. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. Misses the jumper.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, that'll do it for